Hello, my loves. So, I'm trying to do readings more often again, but it's definitely been hard to get the motivation, especially like the last month or so, because things have just felt weird. I mean, like this last month, it's felt like learning lessons and working through stuff and letting go of stuff has been happening in rapid fire. It feels like I can never catch a break of working through whatever it is. And yesterday I came to a conclusion that like one of the bigger lessons I was learning had to do something with my intuition, but I already knew it. I just wasn't like, have you ever been given the answer like 600 times the exact same way, but until you're ready to hear it, you don't actually hear it? That is something that happened with me when it came down to my intuition. And the same message was, you need to listen to yourself. And I just like wasn't listening to it for the longest time. And I finally did hear the message. And now we're in an even weirder period when it comes down to everyone's energy. I mean, I was at work today and I was like already feeling like I was in crash out mode. We have the Lovers. By the way, the other two cards were the Fool, the Five of Swords, the Lovers. The other thing that there's a couple of messages that have come through, and I think that this has to do with some massive shift. Because like in the times where you feel like your life is like falling apart and stuff like that, it's usually because there's some sort of like change coming, and I just have felt like it's gonna be some sort of massive change. So, what is it called? The Emperor. Hold on, let me pause this real quick. Oh yeah, so I've come up with like some ideas that have to do with like my creativity and stuff like that. I feel like there's been a lot of shifts in where I put my focus on things, and anything that comes down to like creativity, I've just been getting like a lot of synchronicities. Like I've been getting a lot of videos where they're like, it doesn't matter about what you post as long as you're posting like a lot of it. It gets like the views that you want. But I don't necessarily know if that's like how I want to run my page. It just doesn't really feel very authentic. We have the Four of Swords and the King of Swords. Lots of swords energy, so lots of action being taken right now. And also, if you're a creator that you get your views or you got your views from making mass videos and people interacting with those videos, like this is nothing against you. It's just like, for one, I don't have the time nor the energy to be making 600 videos a day and only getting a couple of extra views from it or whatever else. Two, it just doesn't really fit my vibe. So if it's something that works for you, then it's something that works for you. It just doesn't really appeal to me to do that. But the messages I had been given is like that the teacher becomes the student becomes the teacher. Things are shifting and changing, that I'll be going viral or whatever. I'm just hoping to get more people attracted to my page, either for my messages or to book readings with me or whatever else, because I just, with where I'm at with my job right now, I'm in crash out mode, and I just need to be getting rid of the things in my life that don't serve me anymore, and I know my job is one of them. So anyways, I'm gonna read the cards for these ones first. I also got a new deck. It's called the Starseed Oracle. So I'm gonna pull a couple of cards from that afterwards, but I'm gonna read the cards and see what message is coming through for tonight. Okay, so with the Fool card, it talks about expecting the unexpected. With the Five of Swords, it talks about like a possible betrayal going on, but the way that I see it is there is some sort of change within action and stuff like that, and I would say that it most likely has to do with a job or something that takes up your time heavily throughout the day and stuff like that. With the Lovers, it does talk about risky commitments, but I also think that this has to do with aligning with yourself and listening to what it is you want and you need. And I think with that comes purging old habits and getting rid of the things that don't serve you anymore, that you know don't serve you, but they're very hard things to break. For example, I have been vaping since I was 15 and a half. I'm now 23, and I think I've only had I think I've only quit for maybe a span of like a month or two within that, and all the other times before that I never really get very far. But my mom had told me that like when my brother quit vaping, he would chew on cinnamon toothpicks. So I don't have cinnamon, but I've been using peppermint oil, and it's been helping, but still hard. With the Emperor card, hold on one second. With the Emperor card, it talks about powerful influences. So I would say that whatever job you are to go next to, or like maybe you meet a friend or an acquaintance or something like that, but something is changing in your life, and it's due to a connection with like a specific person. Right now, I'd say you're in a rest period, and I think that that's just for you to like, you're not really resting. You're going through or have been going through like a lot of healing and stuff like that. So this is the point in time where it's like, this is your last chance to catch a deep breath before, you know, shit gets realer, I guess. And with the King of Swords, it talks about needing accurate thinking. So I'm going to try and pull a couple of cards, because when it comes down to the need accurate thinking, I think back to a reading I was watching yesterday that was basically talking about like when you have psychic medium gifts, it is best for you to try, like the reason it's a lifestyle is because you have to balance your life in order to make sure that you're not altering the messages that you're getting. So if you have things that are weighing you down and like darkening your soul and stuff like that, that can alter the messages that you get from the beyond, and you want those to be as clear as possible. So, I don't know. I would say this last month, like, especially like me being a Cancer, Sun, Mercury, Mars, and I think one more, Jupiter, I think. Like, it has been so exhausting, the amount of stuff that has been going on at such a rapid pace, but I'm just hoping it's worth it, because I just hope it's worth it. We have Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, and Activation. So I would say that this is like you aligning with the frequency you were always meant to align with, your purpose of what you were always meant to do. Let's see, one more card. Weight of the World, Boundaries, Let It Go. It's not yours to carry.